What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Thespian coming at you with a new one. It's been a minute, but we got a new video and this is going to be first impressions / review of Vane. In this video, I'm going to break down his pros and cons, how I feel about the character overall, and his future. Is this a character that's worth investing in, or is it better to just wait for one of the other DLC characters or play one of the characters that got recently changed? So let's go ahead and dive in. Before we do, guys, make sure to give this video a like, share, and subscribe. It helps support the channel. And follow me on Twitch, where we're playing Granblue as well as other fighting games out right now, twitch.tv/ThespianLive. So Vane is the latest character in Granblue Rising. He is the final of the Dragon Knights. Now we have all of them. As far as his role, the other ones, Lancelot's kind of like the speedy mix-up guy. Percival, I think he controls neutral more with his, big pokes, fireball, and stock set play. And Siegfried is the Swiss Army knife. He can just do anything. Like zone, rushdown, like he's just the Swiss Army knife. So Vane, I feel like his role is definitely more on the neutral side. I knew he was going to be a big boy, but his speed isn't the worst, at least from what I feel. It's not like Vasaraga level. He is a little on the slower end. I think his rushdown can kind of be decent, but this character does have a lot of tools that make me think. I think he excels more in kind of this mid-range poke game. So Vane's 4 special moves. His neutral special is his poke, poke, poke. I just call it poke, poke, poke. It's basically Zeta's unique. Each version travels farther, does more hits, and the EX can do a juggle in the corner, so pretty simple. His forward special is his DP. That's not a DP, so this is a big launcher. If you hit opponents airborne or catch them in the jungle, you can do a follow-up combo, or if you're in the corner, you can obviously do a bunch of Granblue shenanigans. And the unique version is a true reversal. This is your only get out of free gel card, that or doing wake up super. His back special is his big swing, so this thing goes super far. It goes almost half screen, insane range, decent damage, decent chip. The medium version goes even further, and it actually makes him jump so he can avoid some low attacks. The EX is like his light version. It just goes super fast, does the most damage, and it does do a bounce in the corner, so more shenanigans. And the unique does an even bigger damage, more bounce for more combos. And the final skill, and I think this is the most important one, is his Aegis Reflector. He's in the club doing it. You can't stop him. Basically, what this does is it gives you free hit. If the opponent attacks you while the shield is out, they're gonna eat the shield, and it gives you enough time to do a counter attack. So whatever attack they do, if they swing with a stand heavy, they're gonna go through the entire animation, but there's no hitbox because the shield took it, and that gives you the opportunity to do whatever counter attack you want. It's very, very useful. This is going to be the biggest thing for Vane's kid. This is what's going to make or break him as a character. The light puts one in front of him, and the medium puts one a bit further. The EX has the fastest activation, and it travels the farthest. So if you want to catch your opponent like mid-string, you can shoot out one of them. And his unique is the actual Aegis Reflector. So it does the same thing, travels, but this one actually does damage. So it does 3 hits, and it can do into a combo. So those are his 4 main specials. Obviously, like I said, the ones that are going to make or break him as a character is definitely his Aegis Reflector. Everything else in his kit is pretty simple enough. We've kind of seen variations of these moves in other characters, but overall his kit is pretty decent. Even though he is on the simple side, this big shouts to Granblue. Even though the game is simple characters, every single one of them is so unique. They all do something different, and it's kind of crazy. We're at like 30 something characters and they're still able to pull this off. So Vane's biggest pros is definitely his pokes. He has pretty decent range with 5M, 5H. Even his standing light is also really good, and they're all special cancelable. Same with his crouching medium. This one, I'm trying to get used to doing a lot, but it travels a good bit, and you can cancel in the medium. It's pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. Other pretty good pro is he has pretty decent damage. It's not as high as Siegfried's, but if we're gonna compare all the Dragon Knights, I think he might be 3rd or 2nd at the moment. Kind of depends if Lance gets his big corner combos, or if Percival has like a lot of stocks to use, he can hang with the rest of the Dragon Knights and just the rest of the cast. I don't think he has insane damage, but I think it's pretty decent. The next pro is probably the biggest, and it's basically tied to his Aegis Reflector move. The fact that you can eat a hit is insane. I've already ran into setups where if I do a hard knockdown, they're on the ground, I do a shield in front of me. If their DP is a single hit, even if it's ultimate skill, I'm just gonna eat that for free and get a free punish. And if I'm, good enough, if you're ready, you can get the most optimal punish because you just have that luxury. It's kind of insane. I've ran into a bunch of Vane mirror matches and they're throwing out the ultimate DP. Eat that for free. It's kind of crazy. You gotta be careful because the multi-hit moves, it'll eat it up, but like it's kind of insane how this really works, especially if they don't know how to deal with it. I'm throwing out this, I'm doing this move, I'm doing that move. If they get hit, here's another one. Rinse and repeat. You can spot dodge all of this, by the way, but if they don't know, what's gonna stop you from doing it? Like, come on, bro. So this character, like I said, very simple. And I feel like right off the bat, there's a character anyone can use. Even though on paper, they might not be super crazy, not like abusive. I think this is just a very solid character that does solid things. However, there is a flip side, and he does have a lot of cons? Question mark? But I'll just break down the ones that I know for sure. So I've already dealt with it. This guy is going to get zoned. If you fight a Metara or a Fairy, it's gonna be kind of rough for your boy. I fought a Beelzebub. I fought Bubs, dude. Oh, dude, I could not get in. Because you would think, okay, I can contest the Fireball. I could do Aegis Reflector. The problem with Aegis Reflector is it's only gonna take one hit. And all versions, besides EX, come out very, very slow. So in essence, you only have one guaranteed go-in tool. And then after that, if you don't take advantage of that, then you're gonna get zoned. And it's kind of rough. He doesn't really have anything else to contest besides Aegis Reflector. He can't do any of his other special moves. He could, surprise you, do EX swing here. It does go very fast, but you do trade. Even though you get the full hit, the full damage, it does trade in your favor. It still trades, so in like close situations, it's not ideal to do. The next con that I feel he has is he's not super threatening in mid-screen. Even though he does have good pokes, that's all they are, pokes, unless you're about to spend cash with Raging Strike. His mid-screen game isn't the scariest. It's pretty much a knowledge check if you're gonna put out the shield and then go for his big normals or big special moves. But all in all, not super threatening mid-screen compared to other characters. That might just be me right now. We'll see how the character develops, but overall it's like standard. It's like he doesn't really get that much, especially with some of the system changes when it comes to this patch. So he suffers of not only being a new character, but he's playing a brand new game. And sometimes when they release a character right when they're doing a balance patch, it's either that character is gonna play vanilla or he's gonna play a completely different game. It never translates well where, okay, brand new character, he's gonna play as intended within this with this patch in mind. It never happens. Think about Belial when he first dropped in vanilla Granblue. Everyone got nerfed, toned down from the first season, and then bam, Belial, top 1 character, and he was basically playing vanilla on steroids. So it's the same thing with Vane, is he has a lot of stuff that I can't really tell off the bat if it's good or bad, because we were all learning the game all over again in a sense. A lot of his quirks, mannerisms, and everything for his overall kit, even though it might seem underwhelming to a lot of people, it may or may not be, but that's only gonna get answered once we play the meta and just keep playing the character and see how that develops. Overall, I think Vane is very, very good. I actually think he's worth the investment. I think he's simple enough for everyone to pick him up. and he has a lot of tricky stuff that a lot of players will get surprised by if they don't actually study this character. Definitely play Vane, and if you're still not convinced from this video, definitely study up on Vane, because you don't want to enter a tournament or play with your homies and you're about to get a knowledge check, because this character 100% a knowledge check. So that's my overall impressions, guys. Vane, I think, is very solid. I don't think he's as crazy as 2B, but I don't think he's as intimidating as Lucilius. Go ahead, play him. I think he's very fun. Hopefully Beatrix is just as fun, if not more fun than him, but we'll have to wait and see. I'm excited to keep playing him. Let me know how y'all feel. Are y'all playing Vane, or are y'all still waiting on Beatrix? Let me know down below, and I'll see y'all next one. Take care.